Hi, this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to transplant and take care of a hibiscus. Now, hibiscus are one of my favorite tropical flowers. They come in all the sunset colors. There's gorgeous burgundies to reds to yellows to oranges to purples. They're just a fantastic plant, and they're really, really pretty to have in your garden. And even when you live in colder climates like the Pacific Northwest, where you can't leave them outside in the winter because you'll lose them, they still grow really well, and they're easy to grow. They're just a root. So when you're growing a hibiscus, it's just basically a rooted plant. So if you're transplanting it because you want to move it to another spot, you can just dig around it and make sure not to cut too many of the roots off from the top point. But even if some of the lower roots get broken off, it's still fine. So leave a few inches around the root at least and just dig it up completely as much as you can. And then turn around and plant it back either in a container or the ground immediately. Make sure that you have your hibiscus in enough sun. And they can handle shade quite well too, but they need heat. The key is heat and lots of moisture because they never want to dry out, you'll lose them. And a lot of them will do good. A lot of hibiscus will do well in part shade if they have enough sun too. They love it near the house, especially a really hot spot, or in a container. But again, make sure your containers don't freeze or get too cold, because even if hibiscus get underneath 40 degrees, they seem to get damaged. So you want to keep them as warm as possible at all times. And even in the Northwest, we just put them outside and have them in the sun all summer long. And I just turn around and throw them in at my unheated greenhouse for the winter. And as long as they're dry, they'll do really well. You just don't want to leave them too wet at any time. They really like it on the dry side. But at the same time, the trick is to really soak them when you water them, but let them dry out again before you water them the next time. Because they never want to sit right in water because the roots will rot. They want good drainage, just like other plants do. They can get really tall over time too, and there's so many different varieties. So if you live in a warmer climate too, all you have to do, and if they get too lanky, is just trim them back. But never trim them down more than 1/3 of the whole plant at a time. So if you have a big hibiscus that's out of control, just trim it down 1/2 of the whole height of the plant one year, and then another 1/3 the next year. And just train it so that it's more of a circle instead of a medusa. And you can always cut any of the rogue branches out too. And it doesn't hurt to cut some of the inner branches out here and there too, so that they can fill in really well. And the best time to trim them back is after they're done blooming in the fall, because once they're blooming too, you want to enjoy those blooms for as long as possible, because they are truly a delight. And you don't have to live in Hawaii to have hibiscus. You can grow them almost anywhere on the planet.